here for another text reading with Jesus' commentary of A Course in Miracles. We are now doing chapter 1, section 3, Atonement and Miracles. I am in charge of the process of atonement, which I undertook to begin. When you offer a miracle to any of my brothers, you do it to yourself and me. The reason you come before me is that I do not need miracles for my own atonement, but I stand at the end in case you fail temporarily. My part in the atonement is the cancelling out of all errors that you could not otherwise correct. When you have been restored to the recognition of your original state, you naturally become part of the atonement yourself. As you share my unwillingness to accept error in yourself and others, you must join the crusade to correct it. Listen to my voice. Learn to undo error and act to correct it. The power to work miracles belongs to you. I will provide the opportunities to do them, but you must be ready and willing. Doing them will bring conviction in the ability, because conviction comes through accomplishment. The ability is the potential, the achievement is its expression, and the atonement, which is the natural profession of the children of God, is its purpose. Heaven and earth shall pass away means that they will no longer continue to exist as separate states. My word, which is the resurrection and the life, shall not pass away, because life is eternal. You are the work of God, and his work is wholly lovable and wholly loving. This is how a man must think of himself in his heart, because that is what he is. The forgiven are the means of the atonement. Being filled with spirit, they forgive in return. Those who are released must join in releasing their brothers, for this is the plan of the atonement. Miracles are the way in which minds that serve the Holy Spirit unite with me for the salvation or release of all God's creations. I am the only one who can perform miracles indiscriminately because I am the atonement. You have a role in the atonement which I will dictate to you. Ask me which miracles you should perform. This spares you needless effort because you will be acting under direct communication. The impersonal nature of the miracle is an essential ingredient because it enables me to direct its application, and under my guidance, miracles lead to the highly personal experience of revelation. A guide does not control, but he does direct, leaving it up to you to follow. Lead us not into temptation means recognize your errors and choose to abandon them by following my guidance. Error cannot really threaten truth, which can always withstand it. Only the error is actually vulnerable. You are free to establish your kingdom where you see fit, but the right choice is inevitable if you remember this. Spirit is in a state of grace forever. Your reality is only spirit. Therefore, you are in a state of grace forever. Atonement undoes all errors in this respect, and thus uproots the source of fear. Whenever you experience God's reassurances as threat, it is always because you are defending misplaced or misdirected loyalty. When you project this to others, you imprison them, but only to the extent to which you reinforce errors they have already made. This makes them vulnerable to the distortions of others, since their own perception of themselves is distorted. The miracle worker can only bless them, and this undoes their distortions and frees them from prison. You respond to what you perceive, and as you perceive, so shall you behave. The golden rule asks you to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. This means that the perception of both must be accurate. The golden rule is the rule for appropriate behavior. You cannot behave appropriately unless you perceive correctly. Since you and your neighbor are equal members of one family, as you perceive both, so you will do to both. You should look out from the perception of your own holiness to the holiness of others. Miracles arise from a mind that is ready for them, By being united, this mind goes out to everyone, even without the awareness of the miracle worker himself. The impersonal nature of miracles is because the atonement itself is one, uniting all creations with their creator. As an expression of what you truly are, the miracle places the mind in a state of grace. The mind then naturally welcomes the host within and the stranger without. When you bring in the stranger, he becomes your brother. That the miracle may have effects on your brother that you may not recognize is not your concern. The miracle will always bless you. Miracles you are not asked to perform have not lost their value. They are still expressions of your own state of grace. But the action aspect of the miracle should be controlled by me because of my complete awareness of the whole plan. The impersonal nature of miracle-mindedness ensures your grace, but only I am in a position to know where they can be bestowed. Miracles are selective only in the sense that they are directed towards those who can use them for themselves. Since this makes it inevitable that they will extend them to others, a strong chain of atonement is welded. However, this selectivity takes no account of the magnitude of the miracle itself, because the concept of size exists on a plane that is itself unreal. Since the miracle aims at restoring the awareness of reality, it would not be useful if it were bound by laws that govern the error it claims to correct. Let's see what Jesus has to say to us today. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one that you know as Jesus, and we are very pleased to be working with you this closely through this being. This being is offering up her body-mind to perform miracles. She is trusting that the guidance that she is receiving is clear and true because of the process that she has been through, the clarification of mind that she has been through. This is what A Course in Miracles is for. It is to convince you in a way that you do not know what is in your best interests and you do not know how to behave properly. And so you are being brought to a classroom where I am going to teach you how to behave properly, how to employ the laws of creation properly so that you manifest correctly that which you desire. Every human on this planet desires the same thing. They desire love, they desire connection, they desire health, they desire feelings of abundance and joy. Everyone is the same. And yet you look upon each other as if you are different. You look upon each other as if you are different because of what you have been taught through your education systems, through your cultural systems, through your many, many learning programs. When you look at the world, you can see that the fruits of these endeavors are sour, bitter fruits. You can see that the battling and the poverty and the disillusionment are everywhere. This is because your behavior, both up and down the scale of authority in your society, is contaminated with untrue ideas. A Course in Miracles is here to teach you correction. But first you must correct yourself. What happens in the world, given your normal teaching learning systems, is that those who have been taught incorrectly and therefore are behaving incorrectly look upon other beings and believe that they have the answer to their correction. When they don't, they have their own distortions at play. They are basing their behaviors on incorrect ideas, and therefore the poison of those ideas is spread throughout society. And this is what you are witnessing now in your world. You are witnessing poisonous ideas that have been taught to many, being shared by many, causing great trouble and strife. This is the ego's playground. This is how separation works. Separation is your disconnection from truth manifested in physical reality. First of all, you can see that you seem to be a separated body. You seem to have separate thoughts. These are the demonstrations of your belief in separation. What we are bringing to you now are the ideas of reunification, but you cannot reunify your society until you reunify your own mind. This message is for everybody. You cannot reunify your society until you reunify your own mind. Your own mind is split. Your own mind is fractured. You believe that you are a body. You believe that you will die. Life is eternal. You were before this body was, and you will be after this body has done its work here. You are an eternal spiritual being. This must be the foundational element of the way you see yourself, and it must become the foundational element of the way you see your brothers and sisters on this planet, regardless of creed, regardless of color, regardless of wealth or poverty. Whenever you see differences between yourself and another, you are experiencing your belief in separation. Your perception is telling you that you are different than them. A Course in Miracles is going to teach you that you are the same as them in all ways. You are divine beings created by the divine, and you are made from love for love. And so when you begin to see others in this way, which you cannot until you have retrained your mind using the principles contained within this text. You must begin at first to love and honor yourself. You must begin to see where you are off track. You must begin to heal your own mind. You must begin to shift your own thoughts, and then you will begin to see that your world is changing and your behavior is changing. This is a very, very logical and scientific plan that has been laid out here. It is that you cannot behave differently than what you believe. So if you believe that others are different than you, that there are separate interests, that if you take something from them, you have gained, or if you overpower them, you have gained, that belief system is incorrect. You are all one. You are all part of the sonship. That means you are all ideas in the mind of God, each one of you as valuable as the other. So when you perceive differences between yourself and another, you are experiencing your belief in separation, and the feeling will not be good. Either somebody, in your opinion, is better than you or worse than you, more beautiful than you or less valuable than you. There will be a feeling of superiority over somebody else, or a feeling of inferiority or less than. Comparing yourself to others is one of the great ego's tricks. It will convince you that you need to take care of yourself above and beyond the basic needs. It says you need to hoard assets, you need to accumulate things to defend yourself against the unfairness of this world. And we will tell you, when you are in the ego's domain, that is exactly what plays out. You will experience what you believe to be true. You will experience what you believe to be true. What we want you to understand is that there is a training program here waiting for you that is going to teach you how to manage your own mind, that is going to put you in a position where you can communicate directly with guidance from higher teachers. And in that beautiful space of peace and openness, you will be shown exactly what miracles to work, where to go, how to behave, and with whom you should have conversations. But when your ego is in charge and the untrue ideas that you have been taught throughout your life are at play, you will be misguided. You will be led down roads that do not bring peace, love, and joy, because you are not immersed in peace, love, and joy, and you do not believe in peace, love, and joy. You have been taught that attack brings benefit. This is one of the great teachings of your society, that attack brings benefit. And every time you attack yourself or somebody else in thought, word, or deed, you are employing that teaching, and you will reap the rewards of that teaching, which is suffering. We want you to understand that the change must happen within your thought processes and within your beliefs and the value systems that you hold. So when you look at your immediate environment, your immediate health, the condition of your body, the condition of your home, the condition of your family, the condition of your affluence or influence, ask yourself, am I at peace? Am I living authentically? Am I in alignment with my heart, my soul? If you are not, then you have made decisions that are incorrect because you are not experiencing peace and joy and abundance. But if you have made those decisions, then it is logical to assume that there is something within your belief system, within your worldview, that is counter to those qualities. That's why you have made decisions that have led you into a place of unhappiness or suffering. So when you admit that there is something in your mind that is making you choose things that are not in your best interest, then you logically must conclude that those beliefs upon which you are basing your decisions must be changed. And that is the truth. You must change the beliefs upon which your behavior is founded to be able to make new choices. So for most of you, you must begin this slow process of self-rehabilitation before you can wield powerful and positive influence in the world. However, as soon as you start studying A Course in Miracles, you will be inspired to be kinder. You will be inspired to be gentler. You will be inspired to connect with yourself and others in ways that are somewhat unusual. And it is in those new experiences that you come to understand that your mind is being changed as you study this material. A Course in Miracles was written for these times, and we encourage all of you to dive deep, not only into the lessons, but into the text, studying, reading, coming to slowly comprehend the principles upon which those lessons are built. We are here for you. We are working with you. We thank you for joining us for this lesson. We will speak to you again at another time. All right. Thank you for... Twisted my glasses. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you again soon. Bye.